Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another Friday. It's June 11th, 2021, and this is Cord Cutting Weekly, the show where we wrap up the past week in cord cutting and streaming news. And this week we're going to talk about Walmart's super affordable streaming options officially going on sale, cheaper plans from Paramount Plus, game streaming services spreading to more devices, and more. But first, yes, if you haven't done so by now, please do take a moment and at least consider clicking on those like and subscribe buttons down below. Both would really help us out and we'd really appreciate it. And with all that being said, let's dive right into the news, starting with Walmart's new streaming options. So after some FCC filings and some early store listings, Walmart's extremely affordable Android TV devices are officially on sale. The ON FHD streaming stick and the 4K streaming device are now both on sale on the company's site as well as in stores. Both are powered by Android TV and include a remote control, and while their exterior designs might not be the most revolutionary looks out there, I think it's safe to say their aggressive pricing more than makes up for it. And several of our viewers and readers have been curious about both of these devices and whether or not they could actually deliver the streaming goods at such a low price. And to that I say, stay tuned. We hope to have both devices in hand in the near future, and we're looking forward to seeing what they can do. In the meantime, if you'd like to know more about these two new streaming options, you can find out more in the post link down below in the video description. This week also saw a lot of activity over on Paramount Plus. To start off, the streaming service started offering a lower-cost ad-supported tier. To recap, that's the plan we heard about back when CBS All Access rebranded to Paramount Plus. The existing $5.99 per month deal stuck around for a while, but it's now transitioned over to the new $4.99 per month option. And among the key differences here between the two cheaper plans is that this new tier does not include live local access to CBS programming. Elsewhere, the streaming service also added more than 1,000 new titles this week, and that's part of a summer lineup that includes more than 2,500 new titles coming to the streaming service. And we've got a list of some of the highlights from Paramount Plus's new lineup in our post linked down below in the video description if you're curious. And let us know if that $4.99 pricing plan has you more curious about checking out the streaming service. Be sure to sound off in the comment section down below. Also this week, Apple kicked off its annual Worldwide Developer Conference, also known as WWDC. And it's a chance for the company to update us on what's new and what's coming to its various software platforms, including macOS, iOS, and the software that powers its Apple TV hardware, tvOS. And while tvOS itself didn't get much screen time during the company's online keynote presentation, we did learn about some new features and capabilities coming in the near future. For one, you'll soon be able to connect Apple's HomePod mini speakers to an Apple TV to use them as your main speakers. And you'll also be able to use them for always-on voice recognition. So if you'd rather just shout out, "Hey Siri," instead of using your remote control's push-to-talk feature, the HomePod mini could be an interesting addition to your setup. Apple TV will also get spatial audio support for AirPods Pro and AirPods Max in the future. That feature tries to simulate multi-speaker setup, so instead of listening on a pair of headphones, it sounds like you're listening via surround sound, at least that's the goal. The feature will also support head tracking, so that as you move and turn your head around the room, the sound simulation adjusts so that, say, front speaker audio still sounds like it's coming from near the TV. Apple also announced a new SharePlay feature that will let you host virtual watch parties during FaceTime calls. We've seen similar features pop up on streaming services recently, especially as folks choose to stay at home and connect with friends and family over the internet. The new SharePlay option will let you watch content in sync with everyone else on the call so that you can react and chat together. So far, streaming services like Disney+, Hulu, HBO Max, Pluto TV, and more have signed on to support the feature, and we'll keep an eye out for other big names like Netflix to see if they join the party soon. For now, though, tvOS 15 and iOS 15 are among the major new software updates Apple has planned for later this year, and if the past is any indication, we can expect these new versions to pop up sometime in the fall, not too far off from whenever the next iPhone launches. Stay tuned. This week also saw fuboTV finally land on LG Smart TVs. The live TV streaming app has been available on other platforms including Android, iOS, Fire TV, and Chromecast, and it's also popped up on other smart TVs from makers like Hisense and Samsung. But this week, LG's WebOS-based platform joins the party, and TV models from 2018 to current are invited. To recap, fuboTV is a live TV streaming service that currently starts at $65 per month and offers perks like 250 hours of cloud DVR support and a family share feature that allows for streaming on up to 3 screens at the same time. And if you're rocking a recent era LG Smart TV, you finally have access to the app, so feel free to check it out if you haven't done so already. And this month should also be a busy one for gaming news, especially with the online-only E3 conference officially kicking off this weekend. However, Microsoft opted to share some interesting news just ahead of the event. At a press briefing earlier this week, the company shared that it's planning to offer its Xbox Game Pass subscription service through both smart TV platforms as well as its own internally developed streaming stick. The Game Pass service offers access to a large library of games for a monthly fee, and it's currently available on Xbox consoles, Windows PCs, and Android devices. That last one, the Android access, comes courtesy of Microsoft's xCloud streaming tech, where the game itself is run on a powerful remote computer and the audio and video data is streamed to your device as if you're playing the game on your machine. And the expansion onto smart TVs and dedicated streaming devices would also leverage the xCloud streaming platform. There's no word yet on which smart TV partners Microsoft has lined up or when the app is expected to launch, and there's also no launch details on the company's own streaming device or whether or not it'll include support for traditional streaming apps like Netflix or HBO Max. In any case, it's interesting to see Microsoft continue to push for Xbox-level gaming on more accessible and more affordable hardware, and we'll definitely be monitoring their progress. And speaking of game streaming, Google's own take on the concept, known as Stadia, is finally coming to the Chromecast with Google TV on June 23rd. The company had said earlier that it planned to offer Stadia support on its streaming device during the first half of 2021, and a late June launch does indeed slip under that deadline. However, the Chromecast with Google TV is not the only device that Stadia is coming to. You can see a full list on your screen now, but some highlights include NVIDIA's Shield TV and Shield TV Pro line, as well as the just-announced on-streaming devices from Walmart. And if you do decide to check out Stadia, but you don't have an Android TV or Google TV device that's listed on that official list, there's still hope. You can reportedly opt into experimental support on your device, which should allow you to install the app from the Play Store. In any case, you'll need a controller to enjoy those games, and you have options like Google's own Stadia controller or a compatible Bluetooth option to choose from. And again, the Stadia app is expected to arrive on those select Android TV and Google TV devices on June 23rd. And in Sling TV news, this week saw the live TV streaming service integrate more tightly within Google TV. Yes, users have had access to the Sling TV app before this point, but this new update means Sling channels are now listed right inside the Google TV Live tab. And that could mean faster, more direct access to live sports, news, and more. You'll need a Sling TV account, of course, as well as a Google TV device, which includes the Chromecast with Google TV, as well as select smart TVs from Sony and soon TCL. And you'll then need to link your Sling account to your Google account via the Google Home app, and then you should start seeing your channels popping up in the Live tab, although it might take a few minutes for the change to take effect. And if you are a Sling user on, say, a Chromecast with Google TV, let us know if you've given this new Live tab integration a shot and what you think of the experience so far. In deals news, just a quick reminder that Prime Day is coming up later this month, June 21st and 22nd to be precise, and you can turn to Cord Cutters News for all the best deals in streaming, cord cutting, networking, and more. And of course, Amazon's been offering several discounts in the days and weeks leading up to the big sales event, so if you want to stay up to date on all the latest price cuts and offers, you should definitely check out our Prime Day hub page, where we're collecting all of our relevant posts, updates, and more. It's a great place to see what's going on, especially if you're on the hunt for a solid discount on some gear. And of course, you'll find a link to that hub page linked down below in the video description. And so there you go. Those were some of the top streaming and cord cutting news from the past week. And like we say every week, thank you for tuning in. And like we also say every week, if you haven't done so already, please do consider clicking those like and subscribe buttons down below. Those really do help us out a lot, and they enable us to create more content for the future. On Wednesdays, Jess hosts our live Q&A sessions, and then on Thursdays, we dive deep into specific topics, like this week's look at high-end streaming devices. And then we wrap up the week every Friday right here on Cord Cutting Weekly. For now, though, my name is Philip Palermo. Thanks again for tuning in. I hope you all have a safe and wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next time. Take care.